What's good, Eagles fans? Y'all are tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and I ain't gonna lie, on this episode, I gotta show some love to that young O-line, particularly Mailata and Herbig, and also, what's my man name? I don't want to forget Jack Driscoll. Now, I was inspired to make this video because I've really been thinking long and hard, pause, as it pertains to the Eagles O-line, and particularly Andre Dillard, right? And Andre Dillard has been placed in a precarious position. Partially not his fault, partially his fault. The part that is his fault is his play on the field. The part that's not his fault is, I guess, the positions they put him in on the field. So we all know Andre Dillard, one of his first starts was at right tackle, and that blew his confidence, and it made it real hard for him to come out of that. And on top of that, the Eagles never really gave him a legitimate shot at the starting position until this year because they kept bringing back Jason Peters. And when he finally got his opportunity to be the legitimate de facto starter, he ends up going out with I don't know if it's a pectoral or shoulder or arm injury, whatever it is, my man was in a sling and he's out for the season. So that leads to the Eagles having to bring in some young O-line talent like Jack Driscoll, Mailata, who has been a project for them, Matt Pryor, Herbig, and I gotta admit, as a collective, those guys have been stepping up to the plate. On top of that, we lost Isaac Seumalo on the O-line. Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson have been the anchors on the O-line. They've been the veterans, and they've been holding those guys down. I can't lie. Jason Kelce has over 90% pass protection according to Pro Football Focus, and same thing with Lane Johnson, above 90% when it comes to pass protection. So, you know, those guys are leading those young guys when it comes to the O-line, and the Eagles O-line as it pertains to the young guys. I'm really impressed. I'm truly impressed. I really can't lie, man. Particularly Mailata, when it comes to the San Fran game, that was his very first NFL start. He only been playing football for 3 years. My man from Australia been playing football for 3 years, and he had his first start against the San Francisco 49ers, and he did good. He did good, man. He did really good. Didn't give up a snap. He only had one false start on a 3rd and 1, but it wasn't really too threatening. He only had one false start, y'all. That's big. Didn't give up no sacks. That's big to me. That's really big. He got caught off balance a few times, but he's a project, and that's a big body, man. That's a big dude. If he pulls it all together, oh my God, the Eagles got something. The Eagles got something to talk about, man. You know, having Brandon Brooks out, you know, having Isaac Seumalo out, having Andre Dillard out, having those key guys out, having Jason Peters on IR, this is the perfect chance to get those young guys really acclimated and get that confidence up. And then you may realize, hey, I may not have to, you know, pay Brandon Brooks, or, you know, if Jason Kelce retires, I'll be okay. And if Lane Johnson retires, I'll be okay. You know what I mean? The bottom line is the Eagles have put themselves in a decent position as it pertains to O-line play, not really by choice, but more so by default. And the guys have stepped up. They're young, but they've stepped up. Jordan Mailata, in 82 total snaps this season, he hasn't given up a sack at all. Yes, he hasn't given up a sack at all. My bad. Getting my thoughts mixed up. Getting them mixed up with Herbig. But Mailata did not give up a sack at all this season. At all. He only had 82 snaps. But in his time on the field, he doesn't give up a sack. That's a big body. That's a hard guy to get around. So I'm super proud of Mailata. I'm really big on Jack Driscoll. I'm really big on him. Watching how he performed in that Redskins game, in that Washington football game, he showed out. Only gave up one sack, but he showed out for the most part, man. He handled Chase Young, and Herbig just been a perfect swing guard, man. Just doing a great job. So I'm really excited for the Eagles O-line, particularly the guys I mentioned, and Nate Herbig, Jordan Mailata, Jack Driscoll, and Pryor. He's still shaky a little bit, but at the end of the day, they can only get better from here. And Andre Dillard, we have some questions about you that need to be answered now, man. Are you really the guy that the Eagles should invest in going forward? And if these young guys keep balling the way they're balling, I don't see the Eagles really re-signing Andre Dillard. I just really don't. I know for his rookie season, he didn't start. Then the year after that, he was supposed to, but they still brought back Jason Peters. So the Eagles have been stunting his growth habitually, and I do not know why. They have this uncanny desire to stick with veterans who are extended past their prime. Can't really speak for that, but the Eagles are partially responsible for Andre Dillard's regression or lack of progression. But I think he can turn it around if he gets another opportunity. But if these young guys like Jordan Mailata continues to dominate in that left tackle spot, listen, man, Andre Dillard, you may not be an Eagle for too much longer, dude. When it comes to you being on the field, you're really not that. Your mental was not there. You know, it just seems like those other guys, they got something to prove. They're hungry. They're not afraid to get physical. You, on the other hand, Andre Dillard, it just seems like you can't handle the grit of the position. And that's just that. You guys were tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. Fly Eagles Fly. One love.